And we are live! Hi everyone, hi Void. So, well... I'm not looking forward to this. I'm gonna be stuck into nightmare land again. The horrors that I will endure just for content. Oh well. And if anyone was here, they'd noticed I made new emotes. But no. Well... the moment someone spawns the new emotes, I'll be like, oh my gosh, yay, they work. But... now that I think about it, can I just quickly do them? Oh, hi Ikachu, welcome to the stream. Walking in a National Museum in Prague at the moment. Okay, cool. Hope you'll enjoy it. By the way, the emotes are ready. Look at them. Not... okay. Then close the emote window and post. There. I have made the emotes. Yay! Hooray, they work! If my arms can actually clap. They have a history of dying when the hands touch, so... yay! Hope you'll enjoy them. My gosh, they were a pain to make, though. Oh well. Okay, with our emotes tested, I think it's time we begin. There we are. Alrighty. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? Yes. Meekins just got arrested. And now we have to prove his innocence. Nice intro screen. Yes, the moment I was knocked unconscious. That's a very nice intro screen there with the demon of death. Wait, why are we at the main gate though? I don't remember. March 13th, 1:22 p.m. Gatewaterland main gate. Chased out like a pair of peasants. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Kay? There's something even thieves should never steal. Do you know what that is? You really shouldn't steal anything. However, I'll bite. What shouldn't a thief steal? A life. It's too heavy of a burden on your soul to get away with it, ever. That's something we can agree on. Well said, Kay. Yeah, very profound. No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never truly be hidden. And I intend to prove that by my own hands. Ugh. Yeah, enjoy the museum, Pikachu, and thank you for leaving this stream open. Doing the Lord's work. My gosh, my arm. Just the moment the stream starts, it gets buggy. Seriously, you? Oh well. And I apprehend the murderer myself. Alright! And I'm going to work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go! Still never said she could be my assistant. I'm just going to drop the issue. First thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth! Gumshoe, hello! Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, the stadium! Hurry, sir! This is supposed to be hush-hush, but they found a witness at the stadium. Really? A witness? You, what did we tell you about leaving your assigned post? Oh. The chick is up. No! Mr. Edgeworth, remember that I'm always rooting for you, so go get him, sir! Oh. There he goes. Those detectives sure look like they're enjoying themselves. It's not all fun and games, Kay. Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet this witness. Okay. March 13th, 1:42 p.m. The stadium. I thought there was a witness here. Only a pink Badger mobile, apparently. Yeah, I don't see anyone. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh my god! You? Oh my gosh, it's been so long! I mean, not that long, but... I am Papaya, welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Hi, Emma. Long time no see. You are Miss Emma Sky, correct? Yes! This girl's the younger sister of my former superior, Lana Sky. 2 years ago, we stood in the same courtroom together, as witness and prosecutor. But I thought she had gone to Europe to study forensics. Can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course I do. How have you been? You look to be in good spirits. Are you still studying abroad? You bet! More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes scientifically. I've been studying non-stop every day to become a top-notch forensic scientist. But it's spring break now, so I thought I'd come back for a bit. I see. Ah yes, spring break. Let's go to a theme park to relax, have fun. But no, a murder! Oh, wait. Emma will be the type of person to go, all right, a murder! Now I can do something fun. Sheesh. I see. Oh my gosh, Emma. How have you been? You look so good. I almost didn't recognize you. You've really grown these past few years. Please don't tease me, Mr. Ashworth. I know I still have a long way to go. But I'm going to be a super forensic scientist someday. You'll see. Aww. I kind of feel bad for her because I know her future. She's gonna be stuck being a detective to a jerk prosecutor. I mean, jerk in her eyes. Clavier is awesome, but yeah. You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Sky. Nice to meet you. I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you? Wow, that's a great dream. My name's Kate Faraday. And I'm training to become an unstoppable great thief. A great thief? Don't think too hard on it, Emma. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have much to catch up on. You bet we do. So, why are you here, Emma? Well, I just happened to decide to come back home for spring break. Then I heard that you'd come back too, so I raced on over here. I really wanted to welcome you back at the airport, but I had just missed you. And how exactly did you know I was here? Through the power of science, naturally. Never underestimate what science can do for you. I used these to track your footprints, and I followed them straight to you. Emma! I may have stepped into a car at some point, right? Right? Or was the theme park just a kilometer walk from the airport? Otherwise, you would never have been able to follow me. This set is the greatest. It's so wonderfully scientific. You spray this chemical on the ground and then you shine the special light on it. Zing! The footprints light up like an electrified noble gas in the glass tube. It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking. Forensic science has never seemed more ominous to me than at this very moment. The witness. Emma, I'd like to ask you about what you witnessed. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told us about? Well, I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. Mr. Ashworth needs your scientific doohickeys right now, pal! He said. What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking. So let me guess, there's been a murder, right? Yes, unfortunately. There's a sudden glint in her eyes. But I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where did that person go? Where did they go? I mean, they're probably in this badger mobile. Well, can I walk away from this? Where are you going? We have to find the witness before that mean old werewolf does. You're right, this is supposed to be here. Oh, man. Okay, I will make it my mission to be able to leave this stadium then. I assume this is another badger mobile? Yeah, but it's a different color than the blue badger's car. Yes, this is the retina searing pink model. What's that off in the distance? What? What's that off in the distance? But oh hey, it's the pink Badger! Badger, get! Tough love. Badger, 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 Badger. Just what does she see in these silly things? Ah, no! Why? Why do I have to be subjected to this song constantly? I think this Badger has something to say to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you by chance the witness I've been searching for? Yes, probably. Sorry, but I don't speak Badger dance. Oh my god. Okay. Open up the head. Hmm? Ah! Oh no! How did I voice you again? I can't take being inside that stuffy head anymore. That's the best I can get. What, old bag? You're... No! Why her? Why here? Why now? Get it now. I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and cause me great grief. Anti-Poo! Why couldn't you understand what I was trying to tell you? I mean, really? I was trying so hard to keep the kids' dreams alive by staying in character. But you couldn't pick up on what I was trying to convey to you. I'm sick and tired of that roundabout way of talking, so I'm just going to be direct. I had a bad feeling before, but this just made it official. Today has gone beyond the typical not my day into the realm of waking nightmare. Okay, thank you, Edgeworth. I'm glad you share my sentiments that this is the worst day of our lives. So you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth too, Miss Pink Badger? You could say that, but right now, I'm just a Pink Badger, dearie. She may look the part, but I know better than to trust my eyes around this woman. Yeah. My name is Wendy Oldbag, but you can call me Wendy, or Granny, or whatever suits your fancy. Nice to meet you, Miss Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday. What do I care about a young whippersnapper like you? Sheesh, I was just trying to be polite. Oh, God. You can hear in the music just the sheer amount of terror that Edgeworth feels for this woman. Weren't you a security guard at one of the Gatewater hotels the last time we met? I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do. Unlike the youth of today. I get called in all the time to fill in when there aren't enough hands. But enough about me, Anti-Poo. I'm thoroughly dejected right now. I finally get the chance to see you again. And here you are, talking with two young girls. Men are all the same. There she goes. I can't read this in this voice. You seem to attract all sorts of interesting people, Miss Edgeworth. Kay, please, I'm begging you. By all means, do not provoke her any further. Oh, bag. Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness. Honestly, I hope she isn't, but I don't think fate is going to be so kind today. I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that? So it's true, she is the witness. I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the old bag. Yes, it was just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder. You mean to say that you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes? Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me. Oh, God. I really hope she only... She's gonna be here throughout the rest of the case, isn't she? I don't have enough water if that's the case. Because my gosh. Olbach's voice just does a number on my throat. Especially since it's been a while. So... Oh my god. Oh, great. Nightmares upon nightmares today.
I came to this stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you.
But if that was the case, then... shouldn't they have spotted you and like, just totally murdered you?
Looks like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say. Unfortunately.
What's that unfortunately you tacked on at the end supposed to mean, Edgy Poo?
Well, anyway, let's see what we can find out from this little old lady.
Rebuttal. What Old Bag witnessed. I don't see anything that can be contradicted. I mean, wait a sec. What do I have? I have a lot. But I don't think anything worthwhile.
Hold it!
Okay. You mean you took a break from bringing the pink badger?
You may not think it, but it's hard work keeping the kids' dreams alive. You smell of sweat. Your hip creaks with pain. You even begin to dream about work.
That's the kind of story that would scar a child for life, you know.
Well, that's why I chose to come to take my break here, whippersnapper. I don't plan on playing the part of the dead badger in front of a bunch of kids.
So what did you see while you, the pink badger, were resting?
Oh, yes, that. Well.
Oh my gosh, Old Bag.
Hold it!
My throat. You saw two men. Can you describe them for me?
They looked like your average Joes, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring that I don't even remember much beyond that.
But did they have any special features? Anything you can recall would be very helpful.
Oh my! Don't tell me you're jealous of those two men.
Hey, she's right. You do seem pretty worked up over them, Miss Edgeworth.
I'm not worked up over anyone. And I'm not jealous.
It's alright, Edgy. Those two were just fools compared to a stallion like you. Help me! I thought so little of them that I lost interest the instant I laid eyes on them.
Oh my god.
Hold it!
You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place.
Absolutely. That gun made a terrible racket when it was fired.
You didn't try to go help the person that got shot?
I'm only one person, you smarter-alecky brat. What could I have done? But I took off as soon as I could find someone who could help.
Two men, one bullet. It's all consistent with what we found out from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to go on in your testimony.
Well, if I saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how do you expect me to remember anything without something to jog my memory?
Self-centered, aren't we?
While it was somewhat useful, her testimony also presents us with a new problem.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
So about this new problem.
What is that giant grin on your face for?
Do you want me to show you something really nice?
No, thank you.
Don't be so mean! I swear it's something you're going to like. I swear it's something you're going to like.
What is that gadget you're holding? That's a very fancy phone there.
What you see before you is the secret weapon of a great thief.
Ah, I should have known it would be worthless.
Ah, don't be like that. But what do you think now?
What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air.
I'm going to input the necessary information to run the simulation now. Once I'm done, I'll increase the size of the projection to its maximum size. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now, witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
What is this?
This is a recreation of the murder based on the info I've inputted into Little Thief.
Oh my gosh! Little thief. A little thief? I dare say I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a bit too far.
Little Thief is actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I use it like this... Let's see, Miss Oldback said that the two men were facing each other. And then a gunshot rang out, and the victim fell to the ground.
Ah, so with this, we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past.
See? So, what do you think?
I have to say, I'm impressed by the technology thieves have access to these days.
Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Yatagarasu.
Indeed.
Oh, but if there isn't enough information or something is out of place, the recreation could come out a little strange.
In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of a witness's testimony?
You got it! You better catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right now, the simulation is a recreation of that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. And if I find anything illogical or strange, I can then ask for clarification.
Feel free to examine anything in the simulation in the way you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. And if you can find something, I've got Little Thief with me. So you just let me know, okay?
Okay, begin investigation. According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here.
That's right, but...
But if that's the case, then we already found a first contradiction.
Oh, right. Huh? What? Where?
If this is the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. Which piece of evidence shows the missing item?
Yeah, there it is, the blood.
Take that!
This is the contradiction.
Something wrong with my recreation?
If this is the real scene of the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how did we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one?
Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either, right?
Right, the fact that there is no blood here casts doubt on the witness's testimony.
Angie Prue? How can you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw, and I saw the victim get shot down.
You know, I don't think she's lying, Miss Edgeworth.
To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me.
Yeah, Oldback would never lie to you, Edgeworth.
In that case, maybe there's another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Okay. It's the silhouette of the killer with his gun at the ready. Okay, is it not possible to recreate the face of the killer?
Well, I can't exactly input what we don't know into Little Thief.
She has a point.
What do I have? I only have these two. Victim was the kidnapper, and why is there no blood? Why do they connect? They do connect.
Is it not possible that the victim was wearing a costume?
So you really think that Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers?
Oh, I see. I think you can reasonably assume there is a very good chance that he was. And that if he was shot while he was inside one of those stolen costumes...
then Mr. Deacon's blood will be inside the costume instead of on the ground.
Precisely. Now, if only we could prove that the victim was wearing a costume.
I think it'd be pretty easy if we can find some footprints. But the problem is finding them, since there doesn't seem to be any around.
Footprints, huh? I wonder how we can go about finding some of those.
Oh, Emma! This is amazing! Just feel the power of science!
Footprint analysis. Emma, how about that method you were talking about for finding footprints?
Finally, my expert knowledge in forensics is needed!
Yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints?
Leave it to me! My cutting-edge detection kit can find anything!
Very well. If you could please analyze the footprints in this area.
Okay, stand back now and witness the power of science at work.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I found something! Look, right there!
I don't see anything.
Oh, that's right. Here, put these special glasses on, Mr. Edgeworth.
These footprints here were definitely left by a badger costume. Judging by the way these prints are layered, those seem to be the newest. Then we can conclude that the victim was definitely wearing a costume at the time. It's likely wearing one due to the footprints' shape and the lack of blood.
Okay, in that case, I'll update Little Thieves' simulation parameters. Can't wait to see what we found out from this new info.
This is really handy. I love this.
That's it!
So the victim was wearing a costume when he died.
And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right?
I see the recreation has changed in accordance with the new information. We may be closer, but now something else has caught my attention.
What do you want?
Your testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please. Okay.
Oh! How did she know it were two men if one of them wears a costume?
That's it. That's it.
So, does this mean that Miss Oldback's testimony has a contradiction in it?
Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation.
See, I just knew Little Thief would be of help. Let's see if we can pull up more info from Miss Oldback to put into the recreation.
For that, we must first find a contradiction in her testimony. Okay. Yeah, it's this one. This one. Do I have a fact? Yeah, the victim was wearing a costume.
Objection!
There we go. Easy.
Okay. Okay. Two men. How did you know the gender of the two people involved? Seeing as how the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. I'm beginning to doubt if you really witnessed the murder at all.
But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own eyes. From a seat in the second tier.
The second tier?
Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier?
That was, you know, I was using the phrase in the metaphorical sense.
I see a witness still has a screw loose. In the metaphorical sense.
The cushy sheets in the second tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs. Which is exactly why I go there now and again to take a nap.
I can't see how you could have gotten a good look from there. It's so high up.
Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there?
Well, I know I saw two people, but I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage's shadow.
It was hard to make out the killer and victim that Oldback saw in the stage's shadow.
My eyesight is what it used to be, you know. Not like when I was young, when people...
Let's return to our investigation, shall we, Kay?
You got it!
Okay. Begin investigation. The stage. Looks like they broke the stage down. The stage I saw this morning in the center of the stadium has been packed away.
I guess this means you're done for today.
Maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to start its run tomorrow.
Well...
do these two connect? Stage I saw this morning has been packed away, but the stage is shadow. So, Oldback must have witnessed the murder when the stage was still up, right?
Yeah, easy.
That woman's testimony is to be believed. The murder occurred before the stage was broken down.
Do you want me to input that bit of info into Little Thief?
Yes, if you please.
Okay.
I like the sound effect. He's facing through the stage. There's clearly
A contradiction here.
Please stop stealing my lines.
Oh, come on! It wasn't that hard to see it coming, even for a layman like me.
I suppose. In any case, it's not possible for the killer to have stood here in that way. Because there was a very real stage set up in the spot at that time.
Yeesh, I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything?
Yes, well, in any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation.
Isn't it obvious the killer was on top of the stage, naturally? Right, Miss Oldback?
Yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage.
See, now let me update the info in the simulation.
Investigation complete. I mean, it's nice to watch the blue badger be shot dead every time. Oh no! There you are again. Well, well, what have we here? A bunch of hooligans running amok, I see. Ah, there you are again. With reinforcements. Agent Lang, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scenes. Agent Lang, we've discovered that the real scene of the murder is here, the stadium. I see. Thanks. For what? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that?
Little Thief is not a toy!
You two! Sir! Whoa! That was that was fast. That was dedication of your men right there. And there you have it, you see? Big boys like me don't need silly toys, little girl. Now this is a recreation. So what? Do you still intend to assert that Officer Meekins is a killer? Of course. Even knowing that the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook. Of course. We're gonna have a lot of showdowns with you like this, huh? This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins laying wait for the victim on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him up from on high. That's the truth your little recreation showed. How far will you go to accuse Officer Meekins of the crime? He's the most likely suspect we've got, especially given the situation with this gun.
Well, even if he is the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark.
You see, thank you for understanding my little crow girl.
Not some common crow. I'm the Yatagarasu, the Raven of Legend.
Unfortunately, your conclusion has yet to be tested, so let's see how well it holds up. Yeah, there's something about it that still bugs me. He shot him from on high.
Hold it!
So you agree with how our recreation turned out? Like I said, I'm grateful that you were able to save me some time. Alright, but we still don't know why he chose to wait on top of the stage. Who cares? Maybe he wants to become the Blue Badger. Who's to say he didn't see the stage and decided to put on a Badger stage show of his own? Maybe there's a completely different reason. What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that Officer Meekins stood up on that stage and shot the victim on the ground below. Yeah, that was it. The bullet wounds don't match.
Objection!
That's it! That's what I was thinking. The bullet wounds don't match. I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You're cutting quite unexpectedly after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said that the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible.
Huh? Why not?
Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located.
Actually, I didn't get that good of a look.
Oh, well done. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon in his abdominal region and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angle shot from beneath the victim.
Then?
Yes, a recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above.
A clear contradiction!
You're discounting your own conclusions? No, this one point is the only flaw. This was the mistaken parameter in a recreation. The killer's and victim's locations. Yes, the location of the killer and the victim were wrong.
Ah, I get it. I see what you're trying to say.
I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was shot on top of the stage as he was shot by the killer. Put it in! Let's see the badger get shot again. How majestic. If this is what happened, it also explained the position of the gunshot wounds.
But then, what about the footprints?
Since footprints don't lie, we can assume then that the killer also wore a costume.
Okay, I'll try using that data instead.
Oh my god. Badger on badger homicide! Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Lang? She looks so pouty. Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear up Officer Meekins of the crime. No, it doesn't. Another bit of proof. I asked that you take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the blue Badger-mobile. That story Officer Meekins told about that shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the blue Badger-mobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. You believe he moved the body with the car? That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us to the way he did it. The 3 tire thread marks are very telling. However, is the blue Badger-mobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? Oh, right! There's a pink Badger-mobile. Old back, do you have anything to say to me? Not necessarily.
Hold it!
3 tire marks. I have to agree that the blue Badger-mobile has 3 tires. Of course! The only thing in this park that can make those marks is that roving shop.
Objection!
No. Are you forgetting that there are in fact 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink and proto Badger-mobiles, Agent Lang.
Not so fast!
Of course, I didn't say it couldn't be either of the other 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this, just to complicate things. Story Officer Meekins told us about the shop on... How can I prove it was not the blue Badger-mobile? I mean... If it made tire marks, shouldn't there be like dirt between the wheels? That's a dumb argument, but that's the only one I've got, please.
Objection!
Oh my gosh, it's real. Ah! Oh, come on. This game is remarkably easy. Big braining it. Yeah, but comparing this to the original trilogies, like, I had to do very much stretching the reality for the first 3 games. So compared to those 3, this game is remarkably easy. And very straightforward with its logic. I mean, duh. I mean, this game is centered around basic logic, so... Not like convoluted plots. So yeah, heck yes. Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekins' blue Badger-mobile. One look at the car would have told you so. Yeah, the wheels, they don't have dirt in them. There you are.
Take that!
Take a good look at the tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it. Ugh. If this car had come to the backstage area and left those tire tracks, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as very peculiar indeed.
Then how do you explain the tire tracks, genius?
Hey, I've got it. What about Mrs. Oldback's pink Badgermobile?
Don't be ridiculous! I was sleeping the entire time in the second tier seats.
Indeed, I believe you can rule her out as someone related to the crime. However, there's yet one more roving store as I recall.
Oh, you mean the Proto Badger? Yes.
My sleep paralysis demon. That's right, there was one more parking space inside that garage. And it proves the existence of a Proto Badgermobile. Agent Lang, I suggest you find this Proto Badgermobile post haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence in it.
H? Hey, did you hear something?
Hell. Oh my god, the hostage escaped! Help me.
Wait, how did none of Lang's 99 men find you yet? How did you manage to escape? Are you alright?
Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Wild West. With kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in? Ran away using underground. Got lost. The kidnappers.
What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say.
The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes.
Did you see the faces of your kidnappers?
No, I didn't see their faces, but two. One was a woman.
A woman? Quite an important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already. I'll even let you guys have what the kid said just now. Consider it a gift. Oh my god, your sisters mimic the pose! I love them, yeah, they really are cool. I do not like the fact that the woman has red eyes, though. Now, are you going to get out of my crime scene, or am I going to have to get rough?
Again?
You're nothing but a big bully! Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go!
Oh, no. Not you. You're a very important witness for my case. We're not about to let you get away that easily.
Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you.
That's right! I won't either! You hear me, you young whippersnapper? Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each of you. I'm not going to rough either of you up. I give you my word. Come now, fair minutes. What do you say? Will you cooperate? Fair maidens? My, you little rascal! You sure know the way into a woman's heart. Of course. Lang Chi says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and the lady is young forever. Trying to undo my entry pro with your fancy schmancy sayings. Let's get this over with. So we're clear? I'm only interested in giving you my statement. Sure. Just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh man, we need to leave. Sorry, ladies! But, oh my gosh, I can finally skip all back. Let's save the progress. Okay. Regrouping with Ernest Demano. Wild West area.
Looks like we got the boot again.
With land safe, the focus of the investigation will shift solely onto the murder.
You mean the infighting between the kidnappers?
Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper.
Miles, my boy! Ah yes, him and the lady. The lady!
Tell me it's true. Tell me that you've really found my boy. Yes, Mr. Amano. We found him early in the stadium.
Then my little Lance is unhurt?
He's not exactly in the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang.
Poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him. Looked up like...
Oh my gosh. These two. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock of what happened to Oliver. But I have to say I'm relieved that Lance is alright. Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. A letter. My dear Lance Amano, may I come see you again? Your beloved Viola? Why does that name sound familiar? A letter. The way Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself. Isn't this a breach of confidentiality? It's a very simple love letter. Why does it look like a horror letter? This looks like a letter you see, like, the killer writes their victim. Tender Lender Loan Company. Wait a second! What was the name? What was the name? Viola... Cadaverini? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, hey, let me see. That's really weird. It's from a loan company, Tender Lender. Looks more like a collection bill to me.
Yeah, I mean... Viola would write letters like this to collect loans. The sender is Tender Lender Loan Company. Okay. What does the lady have to say?
He loves me not. He loves me not. Aw, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try.
Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through.
I suppose. If they were me, then...
I believe you said that you are Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct?
Yes, I am, but... Oh, it's not like people think of each other as lovers. But he did give me this ring. So I guess we're not just friends either? I mean, because this isn't just any ordinary ring.
It's a candy ring.
It tastes so sweet when you lick it. Oh, it's so wonderful.
Oh my gosh. You mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring?
So which is it? Have you guys not decided if you're going out or is it just one-sided?
Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know?
I mean, do you know Edgeworth? Oh, hi, Strapstreams. Welcome to the stream. Eureka! Gumshoe, arrest this man. I found this handwriting abominable for anyone outside of the medical profession. Okay, still on the Lexus to play it. That's fun. It's been a while. I've missed you. How have you been?
My father used to work for Mr.
Amano. So Lance and I grew up together. I said it out loud.
I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee at the Mono Group. What did he do?
I heard his job was to fly around the world on Pegasus.
What?
Pegasus?
Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company.
You had me there for a second.
But now it all changed.
My father, he isn't around anymore.
Oh, I see.
About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned. Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown sounds like the stuff of legends are made of. It's been so long. I don't think I'd recognize him if we were to ever meet again.
I'm so sorry, Lauren. But I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live.
Yes, Lauren, live! Oh my gosh, so dramatic. I'm doing okay, having to resist the urge to play this while I focus on classes. I love the music in this game so much. Yeah, this game has great music. I love how they revamped the soundtrack too. That's the case. Well, if you're in class right now, you should focus on the class trap streams. Oh, the Ace Attorney series has such great music. I agree. About this incident.
Incident? But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incidents.
Oh no, I'm off today. Okay, thank gosh. I was thinking. How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped?
That's because of my woman's intuition.
You base everything on that.
I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It really must be destiny.
I just have assignments that need to be finished on Sunday. Okay, that's good.
She started fantasizing again.
So what are you going to do now, Miss Edgeworth? We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two. I mean, the crime scene we're already seen. The isolation room. I mean, I don't think there's anything there. If we can see the kidnapper's hideout. Also, now the only Ace Attorney game I don't own is a Layton crossover. Since I bought this and the Great Ace Attorney collection at the same time. Oh, you got the 2-in-1 deal. Great. Yeah, I don't have the Layton crossover either. If they remade that one as well, people would go nuts. I mean, it is the proper last step, you know, before the new game. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout. But we're still not allowed in, remember? Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there is no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. Okay. Can we walk over here? Oh, we're here again. Oh god, there is the original.
Why, is there a blue badge here too?
Are you deathly allergic to him or something?
It's not that. It's more the half smile on his face. It's really unsettling.
She's disturbed by the half smile. I'm more disturbed by its movements and how it managed to obstruct an investigation.
Yeah! I remember that nightmare.
Is there anything here?
What the frick? Oh my god! What? Hi! Oh my gosh!
they're on a nice little boat ride. Easier to spot with the new graphics. Wait, you couldn't spot them before? It was difficult to spot them? They say that couples who cross this bridge together will find happiness. Or so the Gateway Land pamphlet says.
But you think that they'll already be happy because they were able to come together?
A little bit more difficult, I see. Logistics aside, I wonder who came up with this tale and when. This bridge doesn't look old enough to be the stuff of legends. Miles! Edgeworth! Yeah, your crush is in the boat!
Well, some things are better left uninvestigated, don't you think? Ignorance is bliss.
Oh my gosh. They're over there! Spot them! You have nothing to say about this. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's Phoenix. Nothing worth an attention to. Oh, so that's what people mean with the half smile. I thought it was literally like when I only bring my lips up to one side of my face. That's a smirk, I believe. Okay, that was a nice surprise. What do you have to report? Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir. Where have I heard such redundancy before? Is this really like the standard police phrase? Okay, call for gumshoe, I'm hallucinating my ex again. Holy crap! talent for the Hall of Fame. Oh my god. That is amazing. That was so clever. Good job. Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside? Sir, Roger, sir. Okay. That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Ancient Lang order you not to allow me in? Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir. Gumshoe, you are the freaking MVP. And I couldn't refuse a request from him.
Wow, looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following.
Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir. What is this? The man in this picture, isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon? Ah! Colin Deveray, the name of the pendant, right? Colin Deveray, yes! That's his real name. Colin Deveray, male, dominant hand is right. 5 foot 8 inches. Weight, whereabouts unknown after his escape from Penitentiary, oh my gosh, seriously? Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head over from where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. Mr. Ashford, sir, I came as soon as I heard. Don't you worry, sir, I'll get the full force of the department to track down that hallucination. Get to it then! Get to it then. I want him dealt with. right now. The man in this picture, isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon?
But the name here says Colin Deveray.
That's the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Deveray was his real name. What's this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison.
What? Then what was he doing here?
Apparently he broke out of jail and then just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon. Okay.
Now I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and this current case? These police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer. It was locked up until a little while ago, but since then, the door's been wide open, sir. I'm not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain in a bit more detail? Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out and break down the door, sir. Okay, men. 1, 2, 3. Heave! Oh! Heave! Oh! Heave! Oh! Stupid arms! Heave! Oh! Heave! Oh! Heave! Oh! Break down the door! I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. Okay. A broken mirror, a sign. Tables with some cups, chair. I am still stunned that they redid so much with the new art. I was expecting the backgrounds to just be smoothed over and a light bit of touching up, but no, it looks like everything was fully redrawn. Yeah, that's what I love about this game. These sprites are amazing too. Kay is so expressive, she's so cute. Also, Edgeworth's angry face is just a work of art. Okay, kidnapper's hideout. So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed.
Well, you were tied up for a while in the room next door.
Kay, please, must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left in this room. Let's try to find out what we can of the other kidnapper's identity.
Begin investigation.
Okay, let's open the door first. Beyond this door.
It's where the kidnappers held you after getting this jump on you.
Must you keep reminding me?
But it's the room where I got to see your awesome face.
You didn't need to remind me of that mortifying moment either. I'm still giggling over Gumshoe's assumption that I'll understand chess because he's good at chess. Ah, yeah. That's so innocent. Okay, every single nook and cranny. I mean, there are cups. cheap styrofoam cups.
Looks like only 3 cups were used.
Table looks like it was poured today. Okay, coffee. Something unusual about this area. Keys. I wonder what this key is to.
You got me.
Reminds me of the key we found in the other room.
That's it. This must be the key for one of those trapdoors.
That wasn't a trapdoor. You only call it one because you quite literally jumped into it.
Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one?
I'm not having this conversation with you. How are you liking the logic system?
I'm loving it, actually.
It's like a nice twist to the formula.
And it really makes the investigation segments that much more fun to play. Because investigation segments were always my least favorite part. But this game is nothing but investigation, so this system really helps make it more interesting.
Folding chairs, and by the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers.
There are 3 chairs set around the table.
Oh, that's easy then. I think this is straightforward. There were 3 kidnappers. No, there were... Wait. Would they have lands untied and have coffee with them? Is that something? Would they just let them have a cup of coffee just out of politeness?
The common denominator between the cups and folding chairs is the number of 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3.
Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers.
Indeed, something isn't adding up. Literally. Is it possible there's a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see?
Wait, but he was in this room with them, right?
Okay. A poster of Gate Wonderlands is stuck on this wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige. Gate Wonderlands has it all, and it's waiting for you. It's not especially catchy, is it? No, it isn't.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Mirror.
Watch out, Miss Edgeworth.
It's a broken mirror. It probably came from the haunted house. Why is this here? Are they planning to repair it? A sign advertising the photo rally, something I have absolutely no interest in.
Yeah, but I do. I'm going to get my hands on the rest of the Badger family. You'll see.
Look at this. This is my favorite sprite. It's so cute.
She definitely brings a decidedly different atmosphere to a criminal investigation. More folding chairs. Unused folding chairs lean against the wall in their folded state.
Wow, whoever lined these up did it perfectly. They're not even a single hair off. I feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away.
I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away.
Okay, trapdoor.
Hey, there's a trapdoor in this room too.
It's not a trapdoor, it's an entrance to an underground passage, Kay.
I know that.
The door leading to the outside world was locked, so Lance must have escaped his prison through here. This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open.
Okay, there's a lot of things here. First of all, a broken sword on the floor.
Looks like a sword, a broken sword.
Strange, why would it be broken like that? Swords don't usually break on their own.
That's true.
Alright then, let's think about it in this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for or on something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later.
And the busted up door.
That doorknob handle thing is looking pretty beat up.
I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force.
Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Like, it's not a single dent.
But how is that possible after what that officer told us?
Yeah, if the lock had been in use when the door was busted down, then the lock itself should be completely wrecked.
So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be?
Huh. I'm just imagining that the door was unlocked all along and the 10 police officers just did like a heave-ho and they all collapsed into a pile. Like, ah!
Can we connect these two? only we can.
It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time. Oh, it was blocked by the sword!
But the policeman outside said it took 10 men to get it open.
A door that was locked tight, despite it being not locked at all.
That took you a while.
Oh my gosh.
Just don't look at me, okay? Don't look at me. Don't look at me, please.
It can only be because of this.
Oh, you mean?
Yes, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
Do you see how the handle is completely destroyed?
So that's how the sword broke.
Okay. I thought we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered.
No! What? No! No! Get away from me! Help!
What is it?
He is haunting me indeed. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct? He knows my name. He knows my name. Help!
What are you doing suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that?
This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. Oh, it's like Disneyland. It's like Disneyland, but they're underground tunnels. We badgers also make use of it in our duties.
Look, why don't you get out of there first and then we'll talk, okay?
Ah, I beg your pardon, miss.
Ah! Proto Badger again! Alright, only one more to go!
What are you getting all excited about?
Did you forget the photo rally? Duh! See, look! Now all I have to do is get a picture of the Bad Badger and I'm done!
Ah, yes, I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort.
I'm busy with the monster.
But what? It's gone! But where did it go? What happened? What's wrong?
A Bad Badger costume is missing, sir.
Yeah? Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnapper stole it.
I heard about how they were stolen, but they said that only 3 of the costumes have been taken.
Wait, what?
What? Is he saying that more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you use.
Do I have to talk to this monstrosity?
What did you mean by a Bad Badger costume is missing? Why, just what I said, sir. We are 1 Bad Badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all times. Okay, so
because one of them is walking around in the park,
the other should be in that room. Actually, both of them should be in that room.
Ah! Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, we don't use the Bad Badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's the stage show where the Bad Badger wreaks havoc around the park.
Why does this picture exist?
And the other badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir. I'm speechless that such a show exists. Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use that costume.
Then doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the Bad Badger?
Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I to do, sir? Well, this basically means that the kidnapper stole 4 costumes in total.
Then, are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers?
No, I don't think that's very likely.
Oh?
Recall the costumes for a minute.
The stolen ones, you mean?
What proves that the 4th kidnapper does not exist? This one. Otherwise, they would have gotten the pink badger. If you have 4 people and you had once to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a pink badger costume instead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yet, the kidnappers decided to steal another Bad Badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 Bad Badger costumes, but the question is, why? Do I have to ask anything else? No. What is this? This must be whether they dispose of old and worn out costumes. That's so sad. It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces. Ah. Can I connect these two? Ah, that's the 4th one. There we go. The second Bad Badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think. What do you mean? That costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say that it's wearing some very telltale pants? Hey, you're right! Let's get it out of there and take a look! As I suspected, it's the Bad Badger costume.
Well, minus the head.
I want dress.
Minus the head. Oh, I see. Look, its hand is hurt.
It looks more like something was ripped off of it.
Ah, I see. It's missing its gun.
Where is it? This one.
Eureka!
Eureka!
I believe what we have here is an inconsistency.
Between what?
The gun! Look carefully, our costume is not holding something in its right hand as it should be.
Oh, the gun!
Precisely. The Bad Batch was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However... You there, did you remove the gun from this Bad Batch's right hand? No, I did not, sir. This gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto-Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct? Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. Uh-oh. We need to use them for the stage show. It seems that our kidnappers also had a need for the model gun, my dear costumed friends.
Okay, we did it. Investigation complete.
I think we're about done with this room.
So, what next?
Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. Okay. The Wild Wild West area. Sorry, my nose is stuffy throughout because of all the voice acting. Mr. Edgewood, sir! Gumshoe! Oh my gosh, the hero we all need. You've got to hurry, sir! Come on! What is it, detective? They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir! What?
Isn't that what one of the kidnappers was wearing?
Bingo! That's why you've got to come to the main gate with me right now! If I hurry, we still might be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir! Alright, let's make haste to the main gate.
Quickly! Okay. Save the progress.
Final confrontation, the former. Okay, this is going to be a very long final confrontation.
Sit.
Okay, standing at the ready, everyone. We're about to uncover. Oh god, I just see the costume.
Run.
Where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe? It's right in front of you, Edgeworth. Just on the other side of the fountain, sir. There it is.
Was it out here in the open all along?
We didn't see it either. We didn't see it before. No, it was discovered in the tall grass back there. We moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly. Let's get down to it. Yeah, I see already what the issue is. What is this? What do we have here?
Oh, it's another pendant! That's 2 treasures in one day! How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby's made of platinum silver too!
Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible that these two... Hold it right there!
Of course.
There he is! Hands up, Mr. Prosecutor! You sure know how to cross the line, don't you?
Hey, they're here.
Ugh. A pendant, huh? This is a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Lauren!
Hey, it's the name that's engraved on this.
Lauren D. Oh no. Aha! What have you now, Miss Kidnapper? Now,
No, you don't understand.
Lolly, I can't believe you were one of my kidnappers.
Lance!
Oh no.
You're kidding! Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers?
She was.
Yes. It was me. I held Lance hostage.
So Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved. Or over.
Hey, guys, case closed. Get the car ready.
And I mean the special one for this young lady.
Hold it!
Nope.
Again, Mr. Prosecutor. What is it this time?
Are you proposing that Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case?
What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect.
We found it.
Found what?
The officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass.
Meekins! Why?
Your country's police are a sham. Just look at how careless they are.
Who are you calling a sham?
The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene.
The fact that the guy has a gun is a liability for everyone around him. I mean, true. The fact that it wasn't fired accidentally is already a miracle.
The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? Yes, I killed him. I can't believe it.
Thanks for the confession.
Objection!
Agent Lang, it's much too early to declare this case closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. We've got the culprits on confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops.
Yes?
I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that has happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder.
Why? I'm a kidnapper and the killer. Isn't that enough?
It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that is the truth. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you sulk away at the losing butt. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear about all the evil deeds you've committed today. Okay. Miss Pops' confession. It's weird that she's blushing through all of this.
The one who came up with the kidnapper's plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. We knew that we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. Mr. Romano would pay anything to get his son back, after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me.
There, are you satisfied? She just confessed to her crimes a second time. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth?
Yes, it is.
If that is the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there's something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession. Yeah. This whole plan was... I mean... Why would he turn a gun on you?
Hold it!
That's a bit fake. Why do you think he did?
I have no idea.
Maybe he had planned on doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pops. Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning. Was that ever really likely to happen? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? I mean, yes? Oh, I think I know! I'm sorry, but I don't think what you just claimed is all that likely. Huh? I don't think Mr. Deacon would have ever been capable of killing you. But why? We were total strangers! I don't think that's true. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over... Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you? Don't cut your hair. Yeah, it's beautiful hair. What do you mean? You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do, and I can show you with this piece of evidence. This proves that Mr. Deacon wouldn't have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Pops. The pendant she was wearing.
Take that!
Why are you showing this to me?
So what about the pendant?
This pair of wings, along with this piece of evidence, show who you really are.
Take that!
These two pendants resemble each other, wouldn't you agree?
Hey, you're right! They're the same color! And they're even made of the same material!
I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Shall we give it a try?
Wow, it's totally a Pegasus!
But why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's? You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be. But no, that can't be.
So the two make a set. It's just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything.
You lack imagination, Agent Lang. Very well, I'll show you with this evidence. This is a piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendant.
Soul Daughter!
Take that!
She's his daughter! Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Deveray, the name that is etched on the horse pendant.
What? An alias?
Suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. It makes sense, given what is written in Mr. Deveray's dossier. But what I really wanted to point out was this. The specific section is what reveals the truth meaning behind his words.
Soul Daughter.
Take that!
Mr. Deveray had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Pops.
That's a lie! That person was not my father!
He couldn't come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Do you still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot? And what is so funny, Agent Lang?
You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you?
What are you trying to say?
You think he's much too innocent. After all, I thought of another possibility.
Is that so? Well, let's hear it.
Okay. Give it to me.
Another possibility.
I'll grant the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the house of Amano. And the two of them made good use of their meanings to plan this little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well?
Hi, Rianne!
Welcome to Eldritch National Park, where we're having such amazing individuals like the Proto-Badger who will suck out your soul with his eyes and grant you a higher purpose. Yes, this... I really want to escape. Oh, Reen. Sorry. I forgot about last time. My apologies, Reen. Okay. I won't forget. Reen. Reen UEF. Okay.
So this is his version of how things might have been.
You don't have any proof that either one didn't know of the true relationship, right?
You mean they knowingly committed the kidnapping as father and daughter?
That's right, and as one really rotten family.
Is that really what happened? I had better take a long, hard look at the evidence.
Long, hard look at the evidence, huh?
Let me see. Lauren had no idea I mean... maybe I need to press some statements. Silence, Wolverine knockoff. Your hair doesn't scare me. I have steel shoes and insanity on my side. Precisely. And what father would ever willingly kill his own daughter? I've seen a lot of things in my travels. And I can tell you that being related by blood is sometimes proof of nothing.
Hold it!
I don't think so. You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore...
Hold it!
the House of Amano. One as a butler and one as the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought I was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. He's very short on his words.
Hold it!
You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family. Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those rules well.
Hold it!
I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Without evidence, we're stuck in a stalemate. Agent Lang is wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one. Long Lang. Hi Nazi, welcome to the stream. You better hurry up and do something, or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad. I know, but first things first, is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? Edgeworth's side piece? Do you really think Edgeworth would associate with this man? Yay, you're using the emotes! Yay! Ah yes, only an ace attorney can base this conjecture be evidence. Hope you like the emotes, Nancy. I've played both games. Did I really get that far in the tension department? I don't see it yet. The two of them made good use of their meetings. I need to see... He was a convict. And know for a fact he's his side. Which statement should I present this evidence on? I don't think so. Because... he hit his name?
Objection!
No, that isn't it. They bicker with each other like he's right. No, that's not okay. Yeah, no. He's gonna school me. Lanchi says, confidence is like a sword, and words without confidence are but empty shells. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Did you go to the bridge? Yes, I did! I saw Phoenix! But Miles had no comment. He just brushed aside the fact. Just about something in full confidence and be wrong. Going to let him lecture you about your self-confidence like that? Nobody she's dating in this series, the romance always becomes toxic. Mia with Gato, Lasimano with Pops, Juan Carita and Adian Andrews. I mean, Mask the Mask. That guy had a nice wife. They had a nice relationship, didn't they? That's why no comments. Okay. I don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence. I just need to think rationally. After all, I only need to be confident in the facts. That woman wasted all his money, hence why he became a criminal. I mean, true, but he still loves her. By the way, what? Give it to me. Still a toxic relationship. I mean, yeah, that's true though. This couple of weeks before he gets sacked. What? Last time you see Happy, right? Aw, that's sad. Wait, 2 of them?
Hold it!
Oh. Well, there was a 3rd kidnapper. What? Stolen costumes.
Objection!
There we go! Okay. This happens 2 to 3 weeks before he gets this part. Really? Oh my god, that's horrible. I forgot about that. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. What kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers. 3? Music stops, that's how you know it's right. Yes. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. And I believe the 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who is this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. It's Old Bag! Now you know that he spent his last few days taking Maya to the boat, right? Like he promised. Aww! Oh my gosh, he really did say that. It's not Old Bag, and it's not Meekins either. Did the son just make up his own kidnapping?
Take that!
Oh my god, it is. It actually is! Lance Amano! It's Miles! Yes, this abduction was, in fact, schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. I didn't see their faces, but... Chua! However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said. But I only saw 2 people. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible you couldn't see all 3 of them. Ah yes, about when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? Lance's testimony. Okay. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shown in that room blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. Through the underground passageway, I presume. Are you okay? Are you okay? Sorry, I don't really want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. He does a wing chun pose whenever he's shocked. That's how you know Lang is a weak-ass bee. Anyone knows fist fighting will tell you Wing Chun is the weakest of martial arts, even by Chinese martial arts standards. Wow. That's actually a very subtle way of like saying that he's actually more bark than bite. How can you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang. Prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. Sorry, I was stuffing something in my pocket. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. Okay, press. Press, press, press! No fairness to Lang. Most prosecutors are hyper-abusive cheaters. I mean, he hasn't attacked me yet, which is a which is a plus. A plus. Only a plus.
Hold it!
Can you tell us about when you were abducted in a little more detail? It was a strange morning. I felt like I was right in the middle of a great calm. And where were you when you experienced this calm? Our family garden, of course. Where else could it have been? Well, excuse me for asking. This child is more princess than prince. I was out taking a walk to shake off the morning blah. Then, out of the blue, someone from behind clams a hand over my mouth. I didn't see your attacker. They must have used some drug to knock me out. Because before I knew it, I was off in La La Land again. When I woke up, I was in the kidnapper's hideout already. All tied up.
Hold it!
By that room, you mean a room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape. Then you were in the same room as your kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I couldn't catch bits of their conversation. It was definitely two people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared. I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move.
Hold it!
The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into a sudden silence. I had been left behind like an unwanted mutt. And what do you mean by unwanted mutt?
What a pointless question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new, you know.
It's a poetic symbol. You should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside. But it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well.
You are just so fake.
His chin and ears are infuriating, yeah. He's trying so hard to look handsome, but he is related to Ernest Amano. Look who's talking you. That was a bit too hard, Reen. That's a bit too harsh. But yeah, I get the message. Why did I click this? How did you escape? How did you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked, which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. I remember our escape to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. The door leading outside was locked. That isn't true. The only thing in your way was the sword.
Objection!
There we go. You could have just removed the sword from the lock. You say that the door leading out was locked, but was it really? Whoa, he revealed his true face quick. We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right, Sheena?
Yes, that's correct.
Then take a look at this. What is that? A sword? It's not an especially reliable one if it's broken like that. Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by the sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, then why did you just not simply remove the sword and escape? Why is he still handcuffed? That's also a good question. Why didn't I? I was disoriented. Maybe he has them on to, like, make himself look more like a victim. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own.
Knuckle back!
You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. And what would that be? A motive. What else? You honestly think that an upright pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as a kidnapping himself?
Objection!
My guy. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime. They are fighting back and forth like a side couple. I mean... I mean, you can see it from that point, maybe. I mean, he is in debt to Viola. To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly a typical love letter. It is, in fact, a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. I maintain my viewpoint that none of these people should date. Yeah, but Nafsi is a shipper. Nafsi is a shipper at heart, so just let him be. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? I counted that they should date. No, I'm a normal shipper. I ship Miles and Phoenix. Sorry. Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man too. Must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your very own old man, huh? All right, I give up. I abducted myself. Wow, that was quick. There are crazy shippers that no one likes. Lance! Oh my god. Ah! It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. Everyone ships them. I mean... All I wanted was to go with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted to be well off with that 1 million, but now that dream is over. Oh, Lance! Then you are giving yourself up. Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with this plan. But then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he did want to split the ransom money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the blue badger costume. That would mean the person Officer Meekin saw was Miss Pops. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then Oliver put on a bad badger costume. Took the suitcase with $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea that they were related, so I thought that it could only end up badly. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father. Lolly, then it really was you? Oh no, I never shipped it to begin with. I mean, everyone has shipping preferences, I guess. Oh, I drank too fast. Sure. I mean, I am also a shipper, so we're just gonna sail on different ships. Let's not blow holes in each other's ships, shall we? Chain of events. That one was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the 1 million in it. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot. The other person crumpled to the ground and I ran, scared for my life. I think Ronnie X Gato is a funner ship. Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you.
So, Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without knowing who he really was?
If what she says is true...
Are you saying she's lying? But why would you lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve?
You would be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more, and you'll see. Okay.
Hold it!
The savior herself. Kay Faraday. Were you able to clearly see the gun?
Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why was he trying to shoot me? Do you really think your father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't know.
I don't want to believe it myself.
But it's true. My father left's arm was raised with a gun in it. Pointed straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought. Miss Pops, please calm down and take a deep breath. And then, would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time?
Yes, of course.
Pointed the gun in his left hand. Kay Faraday, who was born on 9/11. Oh no! I think I did saw tweets of that. Oh no. That's a very unfortunate birthday you have, Kay. I knew it. This man is right-handed.
Objection!
Yes! She was born to be a menace. I have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father was right-handed.
Then...
The person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon.
Not so fast!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun with was his left. Isn't it possible that it went down like that? Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. Enough with the smugness. Out with it already. Miss Pops told us earlier. According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pops?
Yes, exactly. I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses on its face.
But if that's the case, even I can see there's a huge contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger, yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. Those two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. Both are correct. They're both correct. Impossible! That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pops' entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. But what if the Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half? This proves that there was a way for the Bad Badger to freely use both of his hands. The attached head!
Take that!
He switched heads! The costumes has two parts to them, a head and a body. He switched the freaking...
Oh, I get it now.
The head Miss Pops saw was probably really the head of the Bad Badger. However, is it not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger? The Bad Badger was not wearing pants. A different badger? Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. The body of the Bad Badger Miss Pops saw was really that of the Proto-Badger?
Take that!
What the heck is it?
It's the Proto-Badger.
Yes, and it's a sample matter of process of elimination. Miss Pops was wearing the blue badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. The pink badger is of the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the Proto-Badger's costume. Alright, Queen Sheena. Miss Pops, who was the one who wore the Proto-Badger costume?
That would be Lance.
Not so fast!
Are you saying what I think you are? That Lance Amato donned the Bad Badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon? On top of which, he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while wearing that, do you think? The stage that was set up in the stadium was nothing more than that, a setup. And its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so that she would pull the trigger. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why exactly would I have to do all that, huh? There is but one reason, Lance Amano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Alfred Deacon. What? No! That's slander. Take it back. Take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? I'm left-handed, but what does that have to do with anything? You played yourself. It depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in his left hand.
Not so fast!
Ha! Who is that? What hand doesn't prove a thing? And besides, now you're just being absurd.
It's not like the Proto Bachelor is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right?
Objection!
No, because Lauren had the blank loaded weapon. Of course, logically, if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well, and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. This is how Lance made sure that he wouldn't be hit by a bullet. The gun with blanks in it. We found one half of a Bad Badger costume in the hideout, a broken one. It was not the same one that the victim was wearing. Plus, it was missing something. And that something is the model gun that the Bad Badger carries, which can fire blanks. What? Miss Pops, where is the gun you use now?
I threw it away to the sea.
That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was. Quick, Lang! Send your 99 men diving into the ocean! Jump off the bridge, 99 men! Let's go! So, search party. Although, I believe that we can safely assume that it was the model gun in question. I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. Why 99 men when Gumshoe? Oh my gosh, yes. Gumshoe can find the gun faster than 99 men. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high. Okay, let's pretend that you're right, and that the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. Ha! I knew you were full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame.
Please wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance.
She saw the victim in the state of being restrained. What? What Miss Pops saw.
I came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the room next door.
Lauren? What? After that,
the two of us put our costumes and made our escape.
Lauren, I think... So Mr. Deacon must have escaped as the two of you left, right?
We thought it would attract too much attention if we left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. But then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone.
Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole the gun from me at that time. And then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up at the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pop saw the victim with thrown eyes. Which means that the victim was still alive at that time, wouldn't you agree? No. Why does it sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail. I think I know what to press. You saw me, Lauren! You saw Edgeworth. You are sure that this was Mr. Deacon that you saw?
Yes, I am certain of what I saw.
Did you go into the other room to check?
Lance said it was best if I didn't get too close to him.
Oh, of course he did.
Lance, he's such a kind soul.
Then are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself?
I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a Bad Badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure. That just had to be Mr. Deacon.
She saw a Bad Badger head.
Hold it!
So the tied up Mr. Deacon was still in his Bad Badger costume.
Yes, and?
It would appear that she misread the whole situation. What now? Should I raise an objection? Yes! The person you saw was not the victim.
What? Why not?
I will tell you why not. With this. This, Miss Pop, shows us that the person you saw was not the victim. I mean...
Take that!
Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all.
Huh?
The person you actually saw was this person. Me! It was me.
Huh? The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth?
I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me even after I'd handed over the ransom? Ah! It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe it can assume that the victim was already dead at the time. Well, Lance, am I right? That's... You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, with a Bad Badger's head on. And then you made your costumes escape together. I saw you pretended.
Huh? What do you mean he pretended?
Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape, and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably come and remove the Bad Badger head from my unconscious self. And to create this fake prison with the prop swords, he then escaped via the passageway. Hold your tongue, boy. Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave? We've heard a lot of come out of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. The victim's betrayal and the subsequent detainment. All of that could have happened while you were out cold. That's right. You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor. Even if that were the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to that beam.
I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really have no idea if you were in there or not, Mr. Edgeworth.
You see, it would seem that you can't prove a thing. Who said that? Wait, someone else said that? Wait, Amano. Please wait, Mr. Amano. Ho ho ho, Miles, my boy. It looks like you've really given it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others. Dad! Let's see. You are the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's bad. I'm sorry, but my son has been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. What? Oh, do you now? What? Is that what I think it is? It's the Bad Badger costume that the victim was wearing, and a gun! Couldn't find around for the police, so I went to find these myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea. Is that no one in this country actually obeys the law? There now. Agent Light, please calm down. What the heck is that scrap of paper?
This appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Amano complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says.
What? The Chief of Police? What the? Just who does he think he is?
The person who wields the highest authority in this area.
Ho ho ho! There now. There is no need to be so upset. I'm not a cow from this land, so I'm not bound by the laws of your country. Now. This wasn't meant to strong-arm you into anything. It's just a request. I'm only asking that you please respect the laws of the land. Gosh, I can't believe saying no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand. It doesn't matter who found the evidence. Its value remains unchanged. Alright, now let's take a look at this new evidence. I've already got the results back. I had a special forensics research lab that I'm on good terms with conduct a test. They verified that the blood on his costume belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they could find were yours, Lauren. What? You disappoint me, Miles. I can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. What? With this, you'll have no reason left to push my poor boy around. That's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence. Ha, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. I will go for a sec. My nose is a bit stuffed, so I will disappear for a sec. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and I appear once more. Oh. What is this in the head? What's this? It looks like there's something inside the costume head.
Hey, they sparkle. I bet they're really valuable.
Sorry, but they're just pieces of a mirror. But why are they in here? This was found inside the victim's costume. Why were they there in the first place? Bullet hole. This bullet hole.
Looks kind of burnt around the edges.
Wait, those burn marks were left by the gunpowder. This is an important fact.
Why is that?
Because it is proof that the victim was shot at point-blank range. 2 guns? Could this gun be the actual murder weapon? Well, are these not the most definitive pieces of evidence you've ever seen? Thank you, Dad. This should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there.
Sure.
Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on that murderous gun, and they prove it was Lolly who killed Oliver. But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh?
Oh no, this isn't helpful at all.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want is to save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes. Maybe all you can do, however, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You wound me. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? Decisive evidence.
Hold it!
Those fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? There's no mistake about it. Through my connections, I had the best forensic technique money can buy performed. I found it to be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to make an argument with me? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes. Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pops' prints should be on that gun to begin with. And the reason why Miss Pops' print should not be on the gun is... well... oh! They wore costumes!
Take that!
It's simply not possible for Miss Pops to have left any fingerprints on the murder weapon. Because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. Huh? No doubt about it. Plays with money. But there's been no mistake. We found fingerprints. Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching a gun at all at any time?
Yes! As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house.
To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That is when Miss Pops' prints found their way onto the gun. Do you understand now, Mr. Romano? The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Pops is the murderer. But you still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right? You seem very adamant on insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer.
Oh, Lance!
What? No way, I'm incredibly worried about her. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence. What? How? The story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true, because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. This proves that the real murderer was not committed at the stadium at all. The glass shards.
Take that!
This piece of evidence. Oh, no. Oh, right. No. No, that's wrong. Whoops. At this rate, Lolly's going to wind up getting arrested. I must remain calm and think clearly. If the murder did not happen at the stadium, in the scenario where the victim was up in the stage and Miss Pops was down below, there must be something that invalidates it. Oh, he means that the victim was shot point blank. I see. The victim's costume.
Take that!
Let's take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. And I believe you will see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium. This is part of the costume that proves it. The bullet hole. Right? Right. Right. Right.
Take that!
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range.
Ah, so then you mean the murder was Miss Oldback saw at the stadium really was...
Yes, she saw 2 people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. Ah! Huh, look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then? Plan set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were at just before I was imprisoned was the haunted house. And that's where the mirror shards came from. The real location in which Mr. Deacon was killed is here. Haunted house.
Take that!
I think it's not unreasonable to assume that the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted house? Yes, and I've proved that it's highly likely that the victim was killed there. What proves that the real scene of the crime was the haunted house. The mirror shards.
Take that!
These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. A mirror? What does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume. Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous. However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. Lance Amano, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with the revolver in the haunted house. He said that like it was clue. Like it was clue. After that, he stole the Blue Badger Mobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the Blue Badger Mobile was stolen confirms this as fact. Miles, my boy, say no more. I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that. Be quiet. Yes, please, do something. Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense. Ernest Amano, correct? I meant you. Now be quiet, Grant. How dare you? I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Sheena, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout? Yes, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for the haunted house. You see, it's impossible the fragments got into the costume there. But Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low. Probability? Like she says, on True's past, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is do you have the definitive proof you need? Well, Miss Ashworth, do you? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no. See, so since you don't have any, shut up. I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I returned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house besides myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder.
What now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah? I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house.
Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission?
Because I don't really have a choice, and if I want to find the truth... Alright, permission granted, but you're not to touch a single thing, got it? That won't be a problem. All that is important to me is that the truth be brought to light. Doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it does. Sheena! Here. Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately.
Understood. I'll go get the Gatewater Group's approval.
Who was that? Now. Let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval. Mr. Amano. Agent Lang, if you will please take a look at this. What is this? Sheena!
It's the deed to the haunted house.
The deed? Read it out loud.
Gatewater Land Incorporated hereby requests the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amano for the lump sum of 1 million, paid full in cash.
What? Ho. As you can see, I am now the legal owner of the haunted house. This man
I hate him! Why? Why do you do this to me? Are you kidding? When did you...
I ran into the owner of the park earlier, and we made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye. That 1 million you paid? Don't tell me it was... Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any more use of it for you, so you may have it back now. You used the ransom money? My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier.
My guy.
So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money.
My dude, why?
That's the way things are, so if you would please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What's there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Romano was out there preempting us. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper.
Mr. Romano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here.
What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever.
Okay, to be continued. Oh my gosh, this is so long. I'm going to take a bit of a snack break, if I'm allowed to. My gosh, it's been like 2 hours. I deserve a snack. Here's a cookie. This case is getting frustrating. Just every card is just being stacked against us. Also just the fact that Ernest is just hiding evidence just to protect his son is so stupid. That's how it goes. Yeah, that's true though. Man, I really need to sugar. My hands are shaking. Law is not fair. Yeah. That's also depressingly true. Edward is stupid? What? Ah! Is that a superpower, logic, or common sense? But I think we will be able to get into the haunted house anyway. It'll just take a bit more convincing. I'm also debating if I will start the next case already. Because we're actually getting very smooth. Don't check Twitter today, or like ever. Yeah, I can't help myself sometimes. Sometimes even I get locked into the Twitter scroll. But most of it is just VTuber drama. And memes surrounding the different games that I played. I have a lot of Ace Attorney memes stocked up. Oh, notifications? Napsy, what did you do? I'm gonna check my Twitter now. You can not stop me. What? Napsy, what the frick? Oh my god, I'm gonna comment on that. How dare you? I like Edgeworth, gosh dang it. There we go. Okay, that's the punishment you get. I didn't do anything. I saw it and I commented on it as proof that I literally saw it.
Seriously, my dude. I will get you back for that somehow. I don't know how, but I will. It will take maybe weeks, months, or even years, but I will get you back for that. I have an Edgeworth profile picture. No, you don't. My guy, you're literally the only Navsy I follow on Twitter. Of course I'm sure. I only follow like 50 people. I know who I follow. They are the Navsies. My guy, I'm not gonna debate with you anymore. I know it was you. Dang, missed the ending. No, you didn't miss the ending. I'm just having a snack break. The final confrontation is at hand. But I was a bit weakened. My hands were shaking, so I needed a bit of sugar. Because streaming this game is very exhausting on the voice acting. Ah, okay. Yeah. No worries. I love how you guys are using my emotes. What do you guys think of the emotes anyway? Did I make them well? I made these myself, so no. Be kind to them, please. They're my polka dots. Nice emotes, thank you. I'm happy. It sure took a while though. I even had to do like almost an all-nighter yesterday. Come on. Why did it take so long to chew, sheesh? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, sure. Ask away. Did they reduce the affiliates follower requirements from 75? Yes. I don't know if I remember it correctly. It's 50. I have about an hour now to watch until we go for a 7th course? Oh my gosh, lucky you! I love 7-course restaurant. That's so fancy. Lucky you. Okay, we'll see if we can finish this in an hour. Yeah, we'll see. I prefer my food to be in any courses. Yeah. Not to be in any courses. You just have like prefer a buffet style maybe? I like buffets, but sometimes they're very unhygienic. Yeah, go... No. Yeah, I see. It just... Oh, I do like going to restaurants. Recently I went to a restaurant that has really good steak. It's been so long since I had a good steak. It's one plate, and if I'm done, another plate. This courses thing is stupid. Yeah. You're a simple man, Navsy. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. This roadblock of an obstacle here. If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten there's only one thing you should do at a time like this? Okay, I wasn't spacing out, I was just having a snack. And what is that? When the people are in the bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. He's thinking about Lancake. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kate Faraday, the second of the great Yatagaras. But I thought you were a thief, not a hero.
The Yatagarasu is a noble, and is always a thief of justice.
That's... of course.
If you have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony...
You can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. Really? You may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang. Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest.
Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprints among the police's reference documents? Yes, sir! We got it just in case we needed it for the kidnapping case.
Yay, thanks, Gumshoe. Alright, I'll input the haunted house data then.
Whoa! What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted... It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene.
Okay, what should I recreate first?
You haven't figured it out yet.
Maybe I have, and maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work.
Very well, I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. Two of them are definitely in this place at the time. I can verify that and may provide me with new lead. I had just come out into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At the time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall.
What was a badger doing all the way down there?
I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere.
Do you know which badger it was?
No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette.
In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete.
Okay. Then I started walking towards the exit.
But that's when you were struck from behind, right?
Yes.
That's odd. The hallway is a dead end. Where did your assailant come from?
There's only one location I could think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here.
Here. He was the badger.
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. In fact, it was in fact a costumed kidnapper.
Oh, so he used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house.
Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this.
Hey, not bad! I began to think I should steal this tactic for myself.
Just don't use it to do anything criminal, okay? Well, Lance. What? What are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. He didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yes, I'm sure it was him.
Okay, inputting the new info now. Mr. Deacon was the bad badger, right? Since the bad badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it so the weapon is in its left hand.
And that's the problem, I think. Now to verify the facts of this recreation... This is not correct. You didn't recreate the weapon.
Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with?
The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands.
Okay, then where were you hit?
I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious.
Ouch, sounds painful.
Why are you smirking like that when you say it?
It's just your imagination. Now, let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon. I'm looking for something the culprit could have used to hit you with.
A sword? I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. A prop sword.
Are you talking about this thing here?
Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes, it's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me.
To leave no evidence behind, right?
Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet. So what tests do you want to run on this sword? Test with luminol. Culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so his fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood was found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter?
Like I have a choice. Sheena, call the lab boys. Call the lab boys.
Understood.
Except for a dab on his left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless.
So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? Okay, I'll update the recreation with this new piece of info.
Okay. The sword. How this man survived a blow to his head with a metal sword shocks me. I mean,
It's Ace Attorney. Phoenix survived a drop from a cliff and came out unscathed with only a cold. Like he got the Phoenix right invisibility, exactly. It looked like a FNAF fan game. I mean, yeah, maybe this was inspiration for FNAF. I don't know.
And in the next instant, Dispatch will swing his left arm, complete with weapon in hand.
yes, to clop me with the left side of the prop sword.
Shall I create the moment of impact? I want to see the faint expression on your face!
It's just fine the way it is. Maybe not. Is it just my imagination, or is something not quite right?
If that's the case, a person getting stabbed should just be a boo-boo in their leg.
There's something off with this, but I don't know which hand. I don't know. I think it's a sword, right? But what is it?
Oh! It was hit on the right side. Wait. Okay. I do it in mirror mode. If I was hit here, then why would the culprit use his left hand? It's a different hand.
Eureka!
Eureka!
Finally, I found a clear contradiction of facts about this sword. Except for a bit on the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood will be on the opposite side.
I mean, my logic is sound. Edgeworth says it's sound. But yeah, the showing of hands was a bit awkward. Eureka!
The opposite side, huh?
Edgeworth isn't smart though. I mean, I am though. I use logic, I hope.
If the culprit held the sword in his left hand, then the sword's right side would hit.
I see, but the blood was on the left side of the sword, right? Which means that he used his right hand to hit you.
You gotta shake your hands to figure out.
Oh my gosh. Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Oh, don't worry about the jazz hands.
It would be impossible to hold it with two hands while wearing a costume with such big hands.
Don't worry about the jazz hands, they are a funny bunch.
Therefore, if it couldn't be the left hand or both hands, it must have been the right.
I'll change the data to reflect the right-handed swing.
Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. If you change the parameters to the right hand, it only creates a new contradiction. Yeah, changing the prop sword to be in the culprit's right hand would conflict with what? I mean, this...
Take that!
Bad Badger already holds a gun in his right hand, so he can't hold a sword in addition.
Hey, that's right! Then what now? If it wasn't in his left or right hand...
It means that the one who struck me could not have been the Bad Badger. Are you paying attention, Lance?
Oh!
Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect. Ugh. Fine, it was me. I hit you. It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance.
Wait, isn't Lance left-handed?
Ah, yes. That's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. For you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult, but that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword.
Ah!
Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say, the Proto-Badger?
You got it! Here I go!
Yeah, that's accurate. Now, we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me.
It's just making up new things. I mean...
That's what investigating this, right?
Alright, all we have to do is examine this new recreation and... What is it now?
That's what everyone else says. And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang?
That amusing little gadget. It sure packs a punch, right, Sheena?
Yes, it is all I could do to hold my laughter in.
Hey, don't make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf! He and Mr. Edgewood bring out the best in each other.
We've had a little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat back, quietly by, listening. But the crude conclusion you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite.
Is it just me or is Lang the Wolverine?
He does have the colors. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, but...
Well, when you put it that way...
Your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm going to let you in on this. There is a trick to this haunted house. And what may that be exactly?
A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Sheet up.
Here you are.
Now then, what you missed, girlie? It's written right here in this pamphlet.
The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House. The Disappearing Badger?
What is this?
I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. How can this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about him being your attacker right out the window.
But that can't be right! Maybe the culprit hit the doll somewhere! And then he laid down and pretended to be it instead!
If the criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, how could he hide a giant doll? Do you get it now? Thanks to your presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. Now get off your high horse.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me.
You don't know what to quit, do you?
I can't quit, not until I declare that I've found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks.
There you go again. We'll see you back here. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. Boop.
Okay.
Huh? It looks looks really weird. Look at how it changes from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden.
If the slumped-over badger was just a doll, where was my attacker hiding?
Well, that's what we're going to find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go!
Yes, let's. This recreation can be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. The only thing I can think of is looking at this thing. Okay, I can deduce something here. This blue badger is just a doll for use in this haunted house.
I bet the one who killed this blue badger was the bad badger, right?
According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy.
Oh, because one's an ally of justice and the other's a vile criminal with a gun!
Perhaps, but they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate.
Nerd!
Wait a sec. It's like this. This one's reversed. Yes. It's mirrored.
Eureka!
Eureka! Hold on a second here. There's something wrong with this blue badger.
Huh? Like what?
The way the bell is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake?
That can't be. I inputted the image exactly as it is in the pamphlet.
So then why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? What do I have? Only one. I checked this area earlier, but I never used to take another look. The blue badger in the pamphlet photo is in reverse to the regular blue badger. But why? There must be some sort of explanation. Let's walk around a bit more and see what we can find. Mirrors.
When you take a look around, it almost feels more like a house of mirrors.
Indeed. Who has ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted mansion before? Well, at least we know that this is a real crime scene thanks to these mirror shards.
Ah!
I see.
Hey, wait, these shards, there's something different about them.
Oh?
The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors on this wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back too.
The pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors?
Huh.
Different from the mirrors on the walls, very thick and has a design on the back.
I think
this place is full of mirrors. It's a trick of a mirror. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier?
What I said earlier about what?
About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. I like how the whole gang is just standing silent while Edgeworth is looking for clues. Yeah, they're like, what is he doing?
A house of mirrors? Oh, that will explain the reversed or mirror image.
Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than a reflected image of a real one.
Then, was the blue badger you saw just a reflection?
When I looked down this hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror...
Oh, that would actually be from an L shape, right?
Precisely. I was deceived. The hallways was almost pitch black. And there was a beam in the way that obscured my view of the other hallway.
Wait, but why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me.
Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose. One I can point out to you. This was the reason they built a mirror wall. The disappearing badger thing. Yeah.
Take that!
As it's written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger.
You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there.
That was true at the time. However, doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Move the mirror wall. To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then, beyond where this mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created.
Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would just open the mirror.
And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. This explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them.
Ah, and if the pattern is the same as the other walls in this hallway.
Then, when the mirror is closed, it will blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit.
Huh? How so?
Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside in my field of vision. Culprit kept out of sight by hiding here.
Aha!
Take that!
There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror,
Then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the blue badger doll.
exactly, all he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror.
Wait, hold on. I just thought of something.
Yes?
Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality?
Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, it most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound! Leave the money and go, now! Ah! That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information.
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me.
Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway?
If you could first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room.
You got it! Boop.
Haha! Now this, I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although, at the time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then I went inside. It was around that then I heard the sound of a mirror shattering.
You heard what? Then?
Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken.
Okay, so then when you stepped outside into the hallway again.
The mirror wall should no longer exist, Kay. Please recreate that.
Got it!
Wow.
Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where did he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth?
Huh, that's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway.
I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything!
No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head.
Huh?
Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. The inconsistency between what I saw and the creation lies here.
Take that!
Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall.
Oh, there's no blue badger there!
Exactly. The blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point on this long chain of logic, the last remaining contradiction.
So, let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right?
And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? Its brain is finally braining. I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger. Oh my gosh, we saw the corpse!
Take that!
Until now he was just bluffing his way through!
The badger I saw was, in actuality, the dead victim's body.
Oh! What?
Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. And you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon. No! Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken.
Ha! You were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot?
Objection!
There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time. All for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in.
Aya!
I love when he says Aya! Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house?
Ugh!
Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him?
Grr.
It was you, Lance Amano.
Go, 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 go!
He's finally free. Oh my gosh, he's crying like a freaking baby.
I'm sorry!
Ah, he cries like a baby. You're not freaking Simon Blackwell, Lance. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail. See, that's justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself. It remains to be seen, and it will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I'll leave the rest to you.
As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Wait, I had nothing to do with the murder.
You were hiding evidence, my dude.
The only person you should be arresting is Lance. Dad? What? Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son.
Yeah, tampering evidence.
What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? How could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? You wound me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know. You came to see me?
What's that supposed to mean?
I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Romano. About a case from 10 years ago.
A case from 10 years ago?
Oh, what's the name that you use here for that case? Sheena!
It's known as the KG8 incident.
That's the file that was stolen!
The KG8 incident?
Oh, so you remember it? Good. Then you'll recall that the trigger in that case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring.
Smuggling. There's that word again.
At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Romano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deveray.
Father!
Even though you pushed the crime onto your 10th secretary, Mr. Deveray, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Romano. Mr. Deveray was arrested in place of you. Which is why when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret. No. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Pretend to be ignorant all you want.
We're taking you down to the precinct anyway, for a nice long chat.
Hold it.
What? What? What the? Who the heck was that? What? I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jacques Portsman, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. What? What? Oh, Jacques, thank goodness you're here. Oh,
this is his favorite prosecutor. Don't jerk me around. The flingy coat guy, huh? Yeah, he was deeper into it than I thought. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I've got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. The first case is actually the third case, yeah. It was a good build-up, though. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? He's not gonna. It's like dual destinies. Oh yeah, that's true. Seems logical. Confusing orders, yeah. Sorry, but I hate prosecutors. The whole lot of you. Guys, arrested the suspects. Sir! Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal. What?
Hey, is that any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean?
We were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So, how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow.
That's enough!
It's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Romano in the smuggling ring, right? I mean, Amano did fund my schooling. Is he talking about Manfred from Karma? No, I would never do such a thing. What the heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, is this someone working with the ring? Ah, so Agent Lang is suspected of my relation to Mr. Romano. Well, if it isn't Manfred, then it's shock. That must be the real reason behind this antagonistic attitude. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred from Karma, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Well, don't worry, it's not only you. The whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years. Every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that its disdain extends beyond just me. Yeah. Just like Feeny. Prosecutors, the courts. Why is this man so angry with us all? Pure Edgeworth hater? Ugh. Lang is the Edgeworth hater, not me. I still have that tweet in your head. I can't believe you wrote that. Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiven. Oh my god, she points too. So, don't you forget it. Bye-bye! Please wait. Agent Sheena. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? I'm not wrong. What? Please explain to me why I'm an Edgeworth hater. Please explain that to me, because I like Edgeworth. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored house of Lang in Shengfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. It was all because of the courts. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence's purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. Even so, Lang will never suspect the court again. Respect the court again. Or any prosecutor. So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. You have to prove your innocence, not me having to prove you're guilty. That's what Ace Attorney courts work. Do I have to tweet about it? I mean, that's the thing. I don't tweet for much. Guilty until proven innocent. How dare you? Sure. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Says the guy who murdered this man! Come on, Jim. We better catch up. Yeah. You still got to deliver that thing to the old man after all. That thing? Ah, we did it! Detective Gumshoe. I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Yeah, are you going home, Miss Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but being tangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? Oh no. No problem, sir.
Excuse me?
Yes, what is it?
Thank you very much.
Ah, it's okay. No need to thank me, pal. Just do my job as a detective.
I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate! What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it. I'm a failure.
Ah, there she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Pops, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping.
No, I have no idea.
Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance. Which means that from the beginning he had no interest in the stage self-abduction.
Wait, then why did he...
I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops.
Me?
Lance realized that the two of you were related. Which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Deveray into cooperating.
Father!
As a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. However, as the Yamano family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over for you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Aww. Go on, speak your mind.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Although, there is no need to thank me.
No, Lauren, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you.
Oh, no.
Looks like you completely stolen her away, Miss Ashworth.
Way to go, sir.
Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief.
What are you going on about now? Oh, right, the guy's oblivious that he's a ladies' man.
Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts.
That's Miss Edgeworth for you.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all.
Wait, what?
If you haven't remembered in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know.
What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, how do you know this girl?
Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy.
Gummy?
Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember?
That's...
He's a wolfsman!
That single piece of cloth took me back. Far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago. When I first met the then child Kay. And Detective Gumshoe. Okay, it is time. Time for what? Are you gonna post on Twitter again? For Bradworth! Oh, it's flashback time! But will I, though? It's already been 3 hours, and the introductions to these cases are always very long. So... will I or will I not? I am also very tired because I did almost an all-nighter. This intro is pretty good. I mean... pretty. pretty good.
Then maybe
it's a good thing to start the stream with next time on Sunday. It has Bradworth. Good enough. I have about 30 minutes, yeah. I am getting tired. And it bugs me that the last few streams have been a bit non-symmetrical. But I think that will be the case. Yeah, go with it with full energy, no stress. Yeah. I'm a bit too tired because I was working too much on the emotes last night. So I'm gonna stop for today. But you don't have to wait long because next Sunday we will continue. I know, I'm sorry, Navzy, but you don't have to wait long. It's Sunday that will start. Also, I have a meeting in a Splatfest. The Grand Festival has started today, so I want to check it out. Even though I haven't played that game since it came out. I completely missed out of Splatfest since Splatoon 3, so... Thanks for the strong stream. I was here for a whopping 50 minutes. Hey! But you were the hero that left the stream on the entire time, so hey, heck yes. I really need to expand my reach because I really want to meet more people and have more fun and just freak out together. But yeah, that's a mission for me, I'm afraid. I don't think you guys can do that much. And you guys don't have to do that much. I mean, you being here is already enough for me. So, I just have to get rid of my social anxiety. But yeah, that's a quest I will have to endure later. I still need to do a bunch more stuff. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. And we will continue this Sunday, as always. Bye bye!